there. Welcome to San Diego Market Movers Question of the Week. And I have a friend, Mr. Chad Basinger, with me. Welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I've got a question for you that I know a lot of viewers are going to want to know, and prospective agents like yourself. And the question is, with the ability to research so much on the internet, is it better to specialize in a neighborhood or community or have general knowledge of the entire region?
That is a really good question, and a little bit of both. So like most questions, the answer is depends. I actually think it's no matter what it is you do, you have to bring value to the consumer. Because like you said, part of the question is people have access to information and they could do a lot of research on their own. So you need to bring value. And I think it's important to know an area really well. Naturally, most people choose an area that they live in. So, for example, I grew up in Rancho Bernardo. I currently live in Poway. So obviously, I'm extremely familiar with those areas. But with that being said, if you are just focused on a specific area, then you're pigeonholing yourself and also clients, because you wouldn't be able to service clients outside of that immediate area. So, like, I'm in the relocation department, so it's very important for me to know all of San Diego.
Right.
Now, granted, I might not know every neighborhood in San Diego as well as maybe one that I live right in.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that I can't do research. If I have a client who says, hey, I want to be looking in this area, I'm going to do everything possible to make sure that I know that area as well as I possibly can. If I don't feel like I could service someone, then I would refer them to someone else. But I have the ability and wherewithal to do my due diligence and make sure that that client is being serviced, whether they're in my immediate neighborhood or anywhere throughout San Diego County. So it's interesting because a lot of times people claim themselves as being the neighborhood expert. Well, the thing with that is that their network might be so little. Whereas if I have a house for sale in my general area, well, I have the ability to reach out to people all throughout San Diego because I've dealt with these other people. And also it helps to know, it helps to be familiar with other parts, because then you know what your specific area is worth and relative values and stuff. And so it's a long-winded answer to your question, but
It needs to be, though.
you need to have I think there's a natural base just because where you live and what you're familiar with and what the streets you're passing by and all that. But really, it's important to be aware of all of San Diego County in a sense, so that way you can talk to clients about different areas. And let's just say someone happens to be looking in your neighborhood, but then they can't afford it for whatever reason because they have certain parameters and they're not being met. Well, then you could say, hey, why don't you consider this? So it's just, you can't be a master and an expert at everything. Like when people say they're your real estate expert, I mean, that might be stretching a little bit because you can't be an expert at everything. But what you can do is your due diligence, your homework, and make sure that you're bringing value to your client.
Well, that was great advice. Thank you. That was Chad Basinger, San Diego Market Movers Question of the Week.